Hello, sexy souls. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo, where we're all a bit weird and we get a little woo woo. Okay. Let me. It's one of them days. So around here, even though the leaves have fallen, we are still experiencing like 70 to 80 degree weather. Today, like we're waking up and it's like 67 degrees outside. And I was like, well, and it's feeling muggy because there's all kinds of rain. Yay. Lord of mercy. So I got a little bit of like, the more, this weirdness in between stuff is usually when my sinuses want to act a donkey. It's not too bad. I'm not too bad. I'm not actually really all that mad. But if you hear me sniffle, I'm sorry. Okay? All right. So we're going to pull some cards today, see if there's a message for you. Today's okay. Time may feel like it's smushing together because I literally just in my head went back and forth between Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I had to remember yesterday was coffee and tarot, which is usually on hump day. So today's Thursday and it doesn't feel like a Thursday. So time may feel like it's morphing and like it's not exactly consistent, or I don't know. And can I tell you, this morning I was feeling like it was Tuesday because I was thinking, oh, I even remember thinking like when I was taking my kids to school, I was like, oh, 2 more days. I got 2 more days till Thursday. It is Thursday when I'm recording this. Like, if there is something to that, isn't Jupiter a Thursday day? Like, that's the day of luck. I don't know why that came to me. There may be some kind of significance yeah, there may, I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Anywho's, so if time is feeling a little bit like malleable and it's smushing into one another, and you'd think I'd know because we had, Tuesday was election day. I wonder if there's going to be some news coming out. The fact that I'm revisiting Tuesday. Now, I am in the United States, guys, but a lot of people pay attention to the tomfoolery that happens in our country. Either one out of just like what in the actual, or because it impacts something that goes on in their country. Who knows? But yeah. We are like living out some kind of soap opera over here. Anywho's, so now that we have, but the fact that I just sat there and was like, oh man, wow, what? Time may be morphing for you. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? So, let's just, I was like, what is this going to be about? I'm talking to spirit in my head too, right? And they're like, next 24 hours? And I'm like, really? Really? So, because usually a 24-hour read is like a right here, right now. And we did that at the beginning of the week, didn't we? Time keeps slipping. Okay. We'll start with that. We'll say 24-hour read. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, okay. Anyways, so before we delve in, okay, guys, just as a friendly reminder, you are the sovereign being over your entire life, which means you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So never send a relationship to make it fit. Okay? Fantastic. I was listening to music before we got on. And Hosier keeps playing in my head over and over again. And Eat Your Young was the song that's playing, but it's more of the melody part that's playing over. And can I just tell you, I feel like somebody needs to be listening to some very, they said groovy music. Okay. Like something that's got a groove to it, okay? I'm feeling like hips need to be swaying. You got to feel the beat, but it has to have like, it has to be more than just a beat. It has to be just this like touches your soul kind of thing, okay? That's for somebody. All right, we're going to jump in because good Lord, we just a chit-chatting, just a shooting the shit. Anywho, chit-chat and shooting the shit. Nothing wrong with that, but I mean, some people be coming for the reading, for crying out. Ooh, Daisy. And I want you to know, I do my very best to keep things upright. I don't understand how, because when I pick them up off the thing, they should be upright. Okay, so just a friendly reminder, I read in the upright. It's not frequently that I read in reverse, but if Spirit, you know, asks me to, I will, right? If they're like, nope, that one, and I'm like, okay. So anywho's, man, there's just so much so many things. Like, somebody might be in a good mood. Somebody may be chatty Cathy. Somebody might be really, talkative. I feel like maybe, like, this is somebody that would, like, one day they're not. And like they're like mute is what they said, and then like next day they're really chatty. So if you've been kind of like in that where like the mood just has to hit you and you're like, I don't know why I'm like this right now, this might be for you. All right, but we're still in Spirit. You said the next 24 hours. It's kind of like a right here, right now. Let's go ahead and delve into this then. Alrighty. Okay. Princess of Cups, Page of Cups, whatever you want to call it. Well, son of a biscuit. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. What? Okay, I first have to say, we may be, like, some of you, like, okay, I think this is more of a confirmation, because they keep pointing out the rainbow pouring into this cup, right? And I'm just thinking the rainbow community. So if you're part of the rainbow community, this might be for you, because that's literally all they're going. Like they're not delving any further than that. So I feel like they're just kind of throwing out some indicators, if that makes sense. Ooh, the Magician. Oh my gosh. Okay, but the energy. I feel like I'm getting the tea on something. I'm like, ooh, tell me more. Like, I want to be like, oh, no. Like, that's what I want to be like. Ace of Wands on the bottom. Oh, baby. I saw Ace of Wands with a Four of Wands, and it feels like something initiating that is building to or leading to a coming together. There's just something about the Four of Wands that it didn't feel like a foundation. It didn't feel like a celebration. It felt like two individuals coming together, right? And so, okay. Did you see that shit? You see how that came out? The Death card, the Empress, and the King of Wands. Oh. Okay, so the frequency here is not so much about pulling something in. It is the match. It is like a match, energetic match. I'm hearing stability, consistency, because I'm looking at the horse that is kind of like nailed to these stumps that are rooted down into the ground. Down below, they're showing me, okay, so we're doing imagery today, right? Obviously. We've got the scroll. And they're showing me this like energetic being back here. And they're in the background kind of like, it's like they're patrolling the perimeter of something, and like they are watching over something. So there might be an energetic being that is watching over something. And I feel like this Knight of Pentacles is similar to the King of Wands. Knight of Pentacles is, he's in a very patient, he's sitting on the back end of the horse. He's not going anywhere. Okay, we're gonna go through this. So this is, okay, this thing, you can't tell shit. This is like a record player on the horse that has like this, and that's what's playing. Oh, the fact that I was bringing up the music. I was jamming music. Somebody needs to get to groove. So you may be receiving some messages through music, or music is a way for you to match a particular frequency, to get into a certain type of vibration. So I feel as if it's like, there's something like where music is where it's at. Okay, music's important for someone here. And they're saying, look at all the cogs. Okay, I'm just going to get close. Look at all the cogs on this to make this work, right? So it's like, there's a lot of cogs in order to get this going, to make this work, is what they're saying. But I'm paying attention to this dude. He's sitting there, and there's this emission, a message. So you might be receiving a message, and the fact that we have a spirit being in the back, almost, the first thing that came to mind was, I was thinking like telepathic, like this is a connection. So there is a little bit of a connection or spiritual telepathic connection with somebody, maybe. Okie dokie. It's gonna be a little woo-woo. Obviously. We're just going all over the place, guys, okay? So here we go. Just bear with me. So they're bringing me to the Magician. I don't know why we're jumping around like this, but I guess, you know, I was like all over the place with what I was saying. Time's morphing, things like that. First and foremost, okay, first off, they're showing me this womb. It's actually a womb, in case you wanted to see. And there's a fetus in it, right? And so there's some type of creation, something that's coming into being. Okay, I like that. Something coming into being. But they're also, again, highlighting the sacral and the solar plexus. Those energy centers. Wow. What does that mean? So they show me the key in this particular hand. I know you can't see some of these things. And then in this hand, there's a pew-pew. Like a hand pew-pew, you know, like old school. Okay, Spirit, why are we... There may be something in you acknowledging, recognizing, paying attention to signs or details. They want me to say details that you haven't before. That maybe there's some kind of a message with detail. Oh, there we go. There's some message with details coming in. And see this face? Here it is. Like there's this spirit being back here. Okay. And same here. There's a spirit being back here, right? There's this one right here. Okay, there's this person right here who's like on all fours. Same here. And I feel like that there's two individuals who in reality, this is like a very spiritual connection. This is what I'm going to say. And I feel as if there's a spiritual connection. I'm trying to decipher. I do feel like somebody is connecting with somebody who is earthbound, but in a more spiritual sense, right? Energetic sense. And that but I do feel that there is like a watchful eye over this. And I feel like saying, because see this person, like there they are again. I can't help but feel as if there is a connection spiritually. So I always go for like telepathic, where it's like you may sense energies, you may know things without understanding how you know them, you may feel somebody's presence even if you don't know who they are. And it's like, I feel like you're going to be getting details about something through maybe either music, or music will help you at this time to kind of get in the right space in order to receive certain messages. And there's certain details that you will be, they said, privy to. So you may be receiving some downloads, spiritual connection, contacts, telepathy, things like that, where you're going to be actually getting details. Now, I'm not opposed to saying this could be your spiritual team. I know that there's times where I feel as if my spiritual team gives me just a whole bunch of random shit. And I'm like, I know you're trying to talk to me. I don't know what you're talking about. And then I get jealous a little bit of some of those people who are like, I sat down and had this whole, my cousin can do this, whole conversation with so-and-so. Like, you know, it's like in their dream state, but they know it's their, like, it's a spirit talking to them, and they will get like a full-on conversation with details. This and this and this will happen. I know people that get that. I'm like, I want that. I'm tired of symbols. So there's something there about that, okay? Page of Cups, though, we're gonna get a little bit more to, and I feel as if this does have something to do with maybe a person coming in, because Page of Cups is like the beginning of a love, the beginning of a connection, the start of something emotional, and like the initiation of something. So you may be getting premonitions, details, hints at an incoming connection. I literally just was like, I just cocked my head. I was like, y'all are killing me. Like the way this is going about. Okay. So you may be used to having to pick up on all these little things and like try to decipher something. I feel like crystal clear communication is coming through in a spiritual sense. Because we also, the Page of Cups, she's got all these little lines that are going up. That's the crown. That's that connection. Those are the downloads coming in. Okay. And I want to say the Death card feels more like a rebirth to something. Especially next to the Empress. There is something I want to say you're going to become exceptionally more receptive. The Empress card is definitely in her highest feminine state. She is in the state of allowance. She is in the state of receiving. And the state of allowance is allowing something to develop and grow. The funny thing is, she's got scissors here, which could cut any kind of cord, but she's not doing that. She's holding space and welcoming something in. Now, a lot of times in some of the other decks, not this deck particularly, but I think it was Azathoth, or no, it's Sun Knight Tarot, because they're showing me the cage, and a lot of times in that one, when we see the cage, we see someone's heart, the heart inside the cage. And this cage is open and free. I heard free to develop. Something is going to begin growing. You're open and receptive to allowing something to blossom and grow. There is a rebirth that's allowing this. And it has something to do, again, with the King of Wands. There is this sense of, again, it keeps repeating itself, this connection. So I would say that somebody has a spiritual connection with somebody, whether you are aware of who they are or not. You can sense and tell, and I don't want to go like the route of twin flame and just, like, I actually feel like somebody kind of like goes in and out of the understanding that there is a soul contract or a person they're meant to encounter, right? But I don't feel like there's a label to this. but it's like, I keep hearing like, one day I will meet someone that da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, you just know. And so to me, this feels a little bit like maybe somebody that you've only ever had like an etheric type of connection, a spiritual connection, like a soul recognition, but maybe you've never really met in this lifetime. You know what I mean? In this reality. We're gonna pull some cards to kind of like so let's go to a more, I feel like there's an emotional initiation that is going to lead to something that had a very golly, the fact that the words can't come out before a new thought comes in is absolutely killing me. Let's breathe, okay. There's something about this that is integral. I always link integrity, okay, with the Knight of Pentacles. Integrity for me is when words, action, and energy all match, okay? That is the true definition of 100% authenticity, transparency. And so I feel like there's an initiation of a love that is a real genuine match, because both people show up in sincerity, in integrity, open, honest, vulnerable, and truly as themselves. That's where also with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like this is a very solid, stable, consistent connection. And that it's reliable, and it's something that can go somewhere. It's the right type of foundation. And this is, I feel as if there's a message that's kind of like the prelude to this manifestation coming in. And I want to say, with this is like there's a key in this with all the details and everything, right? But with the pew-pew, the pistol, right? That they're showing in here, it's giving the essence of roulette in a way, Russian roulette kind of thing. Tell me more. I don't know why I have the energy of like there may have been something that interfered with this. You remember I was getting the in and out kind of energy, like, like there's times in life where you're like, you feel this, and other times where I feel like maybe your life has had some kind of other focus, and it's like your life didn't start and stop on the idea of this person, but it's always been there, is what I want to say. Because there's the idea of they're giving me like shooting holes in something. And I'm trying to like, and that has the energy of like, maybe something things have, oh, how do I say this, Spirit? Shooting holes in something. Like in the idea of this, and the notion of this. And so it's made it not exactly, they're saying. So the shooting holes in something is, okay, so the key is about certain key details that are important to the manifestation of this, right? That you'll be receiving. But this is kind of like missing pieces. Like there's something that's tried to shoot holes in something so you don't get all the information, so it doesn't seem like a complete understanding. Maybe you've always had missing pieces. Maybe the story or the understanding or what you knew was always kind of like not a full picture. Or the events, you know what? That's what we're gonna pull. Thank you. They're like, pull some cards. I was like, okay. Because I'm like, that won't go away. That won't go away in there. So let's find out. 6 of Wands. Ace of Wands. Wow. Wow. Oh my God, the wand energy is massive. This is like a reward. Okay, first I feel like something happens where I think these details are supposed to help prevent from holes being poked into. That's a better way of saying it, right? Rather than like holes being poked into something. We have success after difficulty here. It is a hard-won battle. It wasn't exactly the process of life getting to this point was not always easy, but it's here now. It is beginning. There is a passionate new start. And I want to say this will have a lot of passion. It will have a lot of passion. The fact that all these wands here and the person indicated is the King of Wands. And it's seemingly coming about. Maybe you have had, okay, that's where the in and out has happened of like this knowingness. Like, here's the thing. There's people from a child. They're like, there's someone I'm meant to encounter in this life. There's someone that feels like home. That's not always a lover. Like sometimes people are looking for their best friend. It's like a soul that they're meant to come across. Like I haven't met them yet kind of a thing. And life itself can kind of like poke holes into this notion, this idea, right? And so, and that gives it this sense of, oh, you know, it's like, you sometimes feel like if you don't have a full picture, you're like, I don't even know. Like, it's roulette here. You know, I'm playing roulette. This could or couldn't be it. Maybe, maybe, maybe not. Right? And the idea with it is there's one that's correct. But you have to kind of like play, you're like winging it. Yes, no, maybe so. Like, you know, each time you click, 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 it's like, you go through all, like, it's hit or miss. Is this the one? Maybe not. You know, sometimes people find that person with the first encounter, on the first try, or whatever it is. And others, they may go through duds until there's no choice but for the one. And so I feel like there's been holes in whatever you know, and you may have collected an understanding over the course of your life about this, and life has maybe at times poked holes, but I feel like all of that is settled now, because the idea that this comes up and blooms, because the Seven of Pentacles is like, it hasn't for quite some time, and the Seven of Pentacles, it finally happens. I feel like somebody has gone through a series of duds. I'm just going to be honest with you. This is, and they're saying both. So it's like two spirits, two souls that have been searching for one another in this lifetime and have found nothing but duds. And the propensity for this, and I don't want to like fertilize any kind of delusion, right? But it feels like this is the start. Like, you're going to be receiving some very detailed information and messages about this connection and how it's coming in that are going to seem surreal because you've never received this type of detail before. And it's coming in a time when you thought nothing was going to happen, because the Seven of Pentacles is like you waiting for something to sprout. You're waiting, and you're like, okay, I guess not. But this new connection, this it's not an awakening. It's well, this person awakens something in you. I wouldn't characterize it as, and that's the thing, certain souls may come in contact with one another, and again, love or not, it ignites something, brings something to light, pulls something up within them that is important or pertinent to what's coming next in life, or to the next chapter, the next book in their series. It's coming in. Like, you've waited for so long. Like, they are saying you are going to have success after like the five of wands, that trial and error, and that feeling of, like, you know, and it's like, this is like eureka. I don't know why they're giving me that. This is the one. This is the one that lights a flame in you. And it's coming after a period of not having that. And so it's coming towards you, the Three of Wands. This connection is coming towards you, and you're getting information on this. Because it's time. It is time. It's time to, one, to bring things back into balance, is what they're saying. And it's something that just always was meant to be. This is a soul level connection. This is a very spiritual connection. What about over here? We're going to, okay. Well, you know, if you come here, you gotta love the long reads, okay? That's just it. Three of Cups. Now, both Three of Cups and Empress really talk about coming into a level of abundance. It's the receiving. It is the receiving card. After, with the Four of Cups, after waiting for so long and almost becoming apathetic, almost, I think at times you had to detach. Like, it would leave you and come back and leave you and come back. And it was like, oh, okay, God, well, I think you got to the point where it was like, it just was. There's that heart. Remember I said the cage was open? The cage is open. Like, now's the time. And there's that heart. Spirit grabbed it out of the cage and is handing it to you. Spirit has your heart in the palm of their hand. Whoever this is has a very distinct and prominent energetic frequency or imprint. They have, their energy is felt. Okay? Two of Wands. Their action is going to be had. Movement will be made. Okay. Where do we go from here? Because just the question is, I don't know if you're just going to be getting details. I think that that's definitely a thing. Like, you're going to start getting the details within the next 24 hours from Spirit, this connection. You're going to feel the presence. You're going to start getting things, and it's going to be detail. Like, it's going to be actual details. Like the kind of details where, like, you may feel like you're like, okay, I'm supposed to go out. It's more than just saying, hey, if you get an invitation, go out, or hey, you need to get out in the community. It would be like, if you have somebody invite you to a networking event, blah, 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 for work, and it's to network with other professionals. Like, it would be something so specific as that. Almost as if you're being fed exactly how something's going to unfold. There will be details. It said uncanny details. Okay. Let's, I'll pull some. I was hesitant. There's my little female. What do you want to... Fucking information message. Golly. You're going to be receiving messages. Page of air. Page of swords. You may try to... I feel like you like some people may try to humble themselves, like to not take the information as information, because there's some level of negative or fear-based thoughts, like you're just making this up in your head. Oh, sure, that's really, like, it's just that fantastical coming through for you, like you're almost like trying to call your ego out. But I'm getting that you need to indulge it. Indulge it. It's leading you to it says mentors and like-minded people. Like, it's leading you to union. Okay. This is going to be a massive shift for you. I want to show you that we've got the Knight of Swords and the Judgment card. This is events that happen with great speed, but it's also like a pivot in life. It is a 180. It is a stark change in the trajectory of your life. And the Judgment card is about... again, moving in a new direction. Like, I'm telling you, this is taking you, this is going to create a major change. It's up to you to follow the information that's being given to you. It's up to you to take it seriously. But it will be a massive change. A massive change in your life. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Water, and the Ace of Swords here. This... One second. I got it. It's time to heal your sense of independence. What is the fucking term, y'all? I know y'all know. Y'all are saying it right now. Hyper independence. There we go. Thank you, somebody. Your sense of hyper independence. Like this, I'll do it all on my own. I don't need nothing. Like you may have gotten to that place where you felt like, well, you know what? It's kind of come and gone, and it hasn't happened yet. Seven of Pentacles. And so I'm just going to be okay with doing life on my own. And that's where the ego might try to be like, you feel like you're overinflated by believing, oh, here it's come. Like, you may have a little bit like, ego, you've tricked me before. But the difference this time isn't just like these little signs that you have to make fit. You know how I always say, don't Cinderella something to make fit. It is so specific, so direct, so boom, 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 boom. And it's like, and as those things happen in your reality, one after the other, and you're like, oh shit, you will understand the just how real this is. Okay? But it's this idea of hyper independence, autonomy, that's being healed. Like sometimes that keeps you. Like you try to stay too logical, too, you know, in order to feel good on your own and that kind of stuff. And that's kept you separate to a certain degree. Or it will, if you're not careful. And so, because it says it's time to forgive yourself and others, it's time to heal yourself. Then I think that that's what they're saying, is like maybe you formed a hyper independence to things that were happening in your life and having to do it all alone anyways. You thought you'd have somebody before now and you didn't. And so what makes you think something's going to change? And then we have, well, technically the King of Cups came in. And the King of Cups is talking about to open up your heart. Because, you know, he doesn't for just anybody. And in fact, a lot of times he can come across as unemotional and unwilling to be vulnerable. But he has such a depth and deep well of emotion to share. And they're like, this time we want you to open yourself up. And it's trustworthy advice. So they're saying you can trust what's coming through. But in order to see the truth of the messages that are going to be coming to you, this telepathic connection, this understanding, these details, these messages, you have to open yourself up. Because it says you're going to see the truth of a situation. So the only way to do that is to open your heart and your mind to this. It's life-changing. And they want you to heed this. Because, you know, the judgment card is all about answering the call. Okay, and I know that we're probably pretty much done with that. And the Ace of Swords, just so that you're aware, is the communication. Open yourself to this communication. Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. If you open yourself up, you'll know. You will know deep within you. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly, then you have arrived. They want you to be very deliberate in this process. Opening yourself up, listening to the information that comes through. I want to say, I think it's going to, music and frequency and it helps you to open yourself up. But I don't think it's solely just your music, but you will. I think that you're going to be getting details like you have never before. And that's the key, right? It's the key to being open. Be open again to this spiritual connection, to this telepathic connection, to this, like when things come to you in dream state, but also in waking, like you're like, ooh, like you just, these pieces are coming to you because you're being open to the idea, the notion, to the connection again, even if you've never encountered it in your entire life. Okay. And that's where, being deliberate and then choosing to follow this, be bold. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. your ego may try, like, you may look at yourself like it's just my ego trying to be like, oh, like who do I think I am? That like, oh, the universe is speaking to me like this, and there's this fantastical, magical something. Like, you may be trying to downplay it, right? Like, you may have blamed your ego for believing in something that you're like, okay, it's never come to be. But here's the thing, deep within your being, I don't care what your mind says, deep within your being is, you still feel it though. But you choose to ignore it because you think that somehow it, like, your ego is tricking you. And yeah, I just want to say, I have a massive bird flying right above outside, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. He's huge. His wingspan is huge. It's not a vulture, so I'm trying to figure out. Good Lord. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's the message, guys. I hope this finds whoever it's meant for. I hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the weekend ahead. Bye.